The drama of Grant Williams and the future of the Hornets. What happens when a season full of promise is abruptly interrupted by a devastating blow? Grant Williams, former Celtics player and a key piece for the Charlotte Hornets, saw his season tragically come to an end following a severe knee injury. The confirmation of a torn anterior cruciate ligament, ACL, hit the team and its fans like a bombshell. A night to forget. The setting was the fourth quarter of Saturday's game against the Bucks. The Hornets, already plagued by injuries, were fighting to hold their ground against one of the East's strongest teams. Then, the unexpected happened. Grant Williams went down after what appeared to be a routine play. The tension in the air was palpable as he clutched his knee, an image no one wanted to see. The next day, the diagnosis was confirmed by Williams himself. Appreciate all the love and support from those who have reached out. Time to go to work. It's all we can do. A journey of highs and lows. At 25 years old, Williams had been solidifying himself as a cornerstone of the Hornets' young roster. Under the guidance of Charles Lee, a former Celtics assistant coach, Williams had been putting up solid numbers. 10.4 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 2.3 assists per game, along with a respectable 36.5% from three-point range. But has he truly found his home in the NBA? After 4 seasons in Boston, where he played a crucial role in playoff runs, Williams was part of a sign-and-trade deal last off-season, as the Celtics retooled their roster to bring in Kristaps Porzingis. Following a brief stint with the Mavericks, the forward found new life in Charlotte, where he was emerging as a leader on a rebuilding team. The impact of the injury on the Hornets. The Hornets were already struggling, sitting 11th in the Eastern Conference, 6-10, and dealing with the absence of starting center Mark Williams, who is also injured. With Grant now sidelined, the team faces a serious dilemma in the front court. Who will step up as the anchor in the paint? Beyond the numbers, Williams' leadership and experience were critical to a young roster with little exposure to high-stakes moments. Charles Lee will now have to reshape his game plan to keep the team competitive in an increasingly strong conference. Williams' story is one of resilience. From being an underestimated prospect as the 22nd pick in the 2019 draft to becoming an indispensable part of playoff teams in Boston and a leader in Charlotte, his career has been defined by overcoming challenges. Now, his biggest battle will take place off the court. Recovering from an ACL injury is a long and grueling process, but Williams has already shown he has the mindset needed to tackle it. As he himself said, time to go to work. The end of a season or a new beginning. As the Hornets face an uncertain future this season, fans can only hope that Williams will return even stronger. Could this injury become the turning point that elevates his career to even greater heights? Or will it be another obstacle in an already challenging path? Now it's your turn. Do you believe Grant Williams can return to the level he was showing and even exceed expectations? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know what you think the Hornets should do to overcome this setback. Celtics, strategies, and twists on a decisive night. What happens when strategy, energy, and determination collide on the court? Last Friday's game between the Celtics and the Wizards delivered not only thrilling plays but also a tactical masterclass from Joe Mazzulla, showcasing bold decisions and moments that shifted the team's dynamic. A game-changing decision. Neemias Queta, who had been earning significant minutes this season, was subbed out in the second half for Luke Kornet. What happened next was unexpected. Kornet didn't just step onto the court, he ignited the game with an energy that spread like wildfire among the players. Energy. Luke is just a bundle of energy, remarked Drew Holiday. But it wasn't just Kornet's 3 precise shots or the effort plays that don't show up on the stat sheet that stood out. It was the way he made his teammates believe in the game again. It's like he's willing to run through a brick wall, and that makes you want to do the same, Holiday added. Previously outside the main rotation, Xavier Tillman also got his chance. In 9 critical minutes in the second half, including the final moments of the game, Tillman showed why Mazzulla chose him. I felt the game needed something different, explained the coach, highlighting Tillman's hard work in practice. It was a risky move but one that paid off. Tillman delivered solid defense against players like Jonas Valanciunas and helped stabilize the closing minutes, bringing balance to the team. A coach who showed his grit. But the night wasn't only about plays. Mazzulla took center stage in a tense moment when he confronted referee Ed Malloy, believing Jaylen Brown had been unfairly treated on a no-call. The result? A technical foul. The intention, however, was clear. Manipulating the environment, said the coach. His actions had a direct impact on the team's morale. He was disrespectful in a respectful way, Holiday joked, drawing laughs and emphasizing Mazzulla's leadership. This kind of gesture shows the players their coach is ready to fight for them in any situation. Meanwhile, on the other side of the court, Malcolm Brogdon, former Celtic and now with the Wizards, reflected on the emotional impact of being traded after a season that crowned him as the NBA Sixth Man of the Year. Though initially upset, he seems to have found peace in his new role. What's next for this team? With moments like these, it's impossible not to wonder. What's the next step for this team that continues to surprise with its depth, determination, and bold decisions, game after game? Now it's your turn. What do you think of Mazzulla's choices and the energy players like Cornet brought to the game? Share your thoughts below. Celtics and Timberwolves ready for an intense showdown. Will the Boston Celtics maintain their recent unbeaten streak? Or will the Minnesota Timberwolves shock everyone? That's the big question surrounding this Sunday's highly anticipated matchup. On one side, a Celtics team in great form, seeking their 5th consecutive win. On the other, a Timberwolves squad looking to bounce back after a challenging start to the season. The suspense around Horford. On Friday, Celtics fans held their breath. Horford, a key figure in the team's defensive scheme, was listed as questionable due to a mysterious illness unrelated to COVID-19. Could this be the moment when the team's undefeated streak would begin to unravel? Fortunately, the rumors were put to rest. Horford was confirmed to be fit for the game, bringing relief and hope to fans. At 38 years old, he continues to prove why he's essential, with averages of 10.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.2 assists, and 47% shooting from beyond the arc. His presence is not just technical, it's emotional, guiding the young talents and serving as a pillar in the locker room. You can't underestimate Horford's importance, said a local analyst. He's the type of player who elevates everyone around him. Should we be concerned about Porzingis? While the Celtics celebrate Horford's return, there's still anticipation regarding Kristaps Porzingis. The Latvian, signed to strengthen the paint, is recovering from an ankle tendon surgery. Porzingis has taken the first steps toward his return, participating in workouts with the G League main Celtics. Although there is no set date for his debut, the player remains optimistic. "I hope to be back before December," he told ESPN. Porzingis' return promises to bring a new dynamic to the team. Known for his shooting range and defensive ability, he complements stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown perfectly. With 14 wins on the season, the Celtics aim to solidify their position as one of the NBA's most dominant teams. The Timberwolves, who saw flashes of competitiveness last season, desperately need a win to regain their confidence. But will Horford's return be enough to stop the momentum of Anthony Edwards and company? Or will Porzingis' absence prove to be the decisive factor in the paint? One thing is for sure, this matchup will be more than just a game. It will be a test of resilience and strategy for both teams. Don't forget to leave your predictions and thoughts in the comments about Horford's impact and the wait for Porzingis. And as we await the unfolding of this story, the question remains: will the Celtics remain undefeated, or will the unexpected happen on Sunday night? Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.